So, after a very, very long time, we've finally gotten the real Toy Story 4 trailer. We're now seeing real parts of the movie, just not some things that were made only for the trailer. It's the real, actual trailer. And I saw it, I watched it on YouTube, and I am really in between with this, at least right now. When I first saw the trailer for Toy Story 3, I got really excited. I just really couldn't wait until the movie came out. And just to see what it looked like, how different it was, and I really couldn't wait. And of course, it turned out to be a really good movie. I loved it. And now we have this movie, and it's just, I don't know, something's missing. It just doesn't seem it has the magic it did, I guess. And I'm not saying it's going to be a bad movie. I really hope it isn't. But so far, it just doesn't have the same feel. But, so the trailer starts out with Woody talking to the gang about how Bonnie made a new friend, and they think it's a real friend, but she literally made a friend, and it's the Forky character. So, at first they're all confused about it, but they welcome him with open arms. And the Forky character just doesn't like it. He thinks it's all weird. He's supposed to be used for food, but all of them are saying that he can be a toy, and especially Woody. But he doesn't believe that, so he goes and commits suicide by jumping out of the car. And Woody tries to go and rescue him. So this is where the real adventure starts. So Woody has to go and convince Forky that he is a toy and that he can be played by Bonnie. But at one point when they're trying to get there, it looks like they stumble upon this, I don't know, I guess it's some kind of magic shop or just an antique shop, and Woody sees Bo's old lamp. Now, it really could be anybody's old lamp, but he does think it's Bo, and it does turn out to be Bo. So Bo goes and is happy to see him, but unfortunately some of the other toys there aren't, and there are these dummies who are trying to go and not let him escape, and for some reason some of them look like Slappy from Goosebumps. And I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, probably not, but they look like Slappy. So, during this, it looks like that Bo may be trying to convince Woody to go and stay with her rather than go back to Bonnie. And I guess this probably has to do with her just maybe being not with a kid for a long time, and she now likes that more, but it doesn't look like Woody wants to choose to be with her instead. And I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. So, all the other toys had to go and try to rescue Woody while he debates whether he should stay with Bo or go back to Bonnie. So, there are a few things I want to talk about. The first thing is Bo's appearance. Something about it is just really odd. It just seems off to me, along with her voice. Now, she's voiced by Annie Potts, and I'm not sure if it just has to do with her age now, or maybe just being out of practice of doing her voice for 20 years, but it just doesn't seem the same. Some lines sound like her, but others, it just sounds like a completely different character. So, I'm guessing it just might be because she hasn't voiced a character in so long, and she just couldn't get that voice, and because these people have a deadline date, they just couldn't go and teach her to go and do that voice again. They had time restraints, so they just couldn't go and do all that. They had to go along with the voice that she already has. So, another thing about her appearance is that she just looks different in the face. If you look in the old movies, her face I think is more pinkish, and her nose is more triangular. I'll put some pictures up. So here's a picture of old Bo. Okay, looks pretty nice, right? And here is a picture of the new Bo. They look pretty different, do they? To me, they look completely different. She has a different nose. She's not as pink, and even her eyes it looks like they pop out more. In the original movies, it looks like they were painted on. But in this movie, it looks like they just kind of pop out. Maybe it's just they always wanted it like this, but maybe there were just some technology just issues back then that they couldn't work with. So she's just like a really different character to me, and even just her personality is different too. So another thing I want to talk about is Andy, and that is that he looks like a completely different kid. We're getting a few of these, aren't we? The characters just look different, and Andy is a big difference. He looks completely different. If you just go and look at the old movies and look at him and what he did back then and does now, it's a big difference. And I do know the technology back then. They couldn't make humans, I understand that, but just the hair and everything, it just... Back then he had more of a buzz cut. Today he just has kind of more of a standard haircut. It's just... He looks completely different. It's just really, really weird. But, I mean, some people are going around saying it's his son, and I don't think so because it's in Andy's room. So you're gonna go and say that Andy went and bought that house and he laid the room exactly like he had it as a child? It sounds really weird. So, and then there's about the plot in the movie where Woody wants to go and stay with, possibly with Bo, and I don't know, it kind of sounds like a rehash of Toy Story 2, where Woody wanted to stay with the gang, and he debated about going back to Andy. It just sounds like a rehash of Toy Story 2 there. And even the plot of Woody trying to go and convince Forky he's a toy sounds like Toy Story 1, where Woody was trying to go and tell Buzz he's a toy. And this time he's being a little bit more nicer about it. In the first one, he was just like, "You're a toy, Buzz, you're an idiot!" But in this one, he's like, "You're a toy, Forky, okay?" So, it is a little bit different, but it just still sounds like a little bit of a rehash to me. I will go and say, the animation does look beautiful. Every time a new Toy Story film comes out, they get better and better and better looking. The first Toy Story, while it still looks good, you can still tell the CGI is dated. The humans, the backgrounds, they kind of don't look that great anymore, and even some of the toys, they just don't look as good as they used to. And then for Toy Story 2, you're starting to see the CGI date now, and probably in a few years, Toy Story 3 will even start to look like that. And it does look really good. The backgrounds just look incredible. It is like something out of a freaking beautiful painting. I do like how the movie is at least looking. It's just the plot that I'm not too sure about. I'm not really too keen on any of the new characters. I don't really care about those dummies or those stuffed animals or anything like that. And the character we haven't gotten too much information on is the Canadian biker. So I'm guessing he's might be a villain like the other guys. We're not too sure yet, but we don't really have too much information on him yet. So I really can't say too much about him yet. And I also heard that Andy's mom is supposed to appear in this. If that's the case, then I think that part where Andy appears is a flashback. Maybe they can go and show A113 there. Other than that, it'd be kind of harder to go and do A113 like they did with the other Toy Story movies, but I don't know. And it's just... I do really hope this movie is good. I don't want it to go and be the black sheep of the franchise. But even if it's good, I still think it's probably going to be seen as the worst one. This movie might maybe get an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, while all the others have 100%. So, it's just... As a Toy Story fan, I want this movie to be good. I really hope it doesn't fail, but... it's pretty worrying. So, I'm definitely still going to go and see it when it comes out, and As a Pixar fan, I need to do that. As a Toy Story fan, I need to do that. It's just that I'm not really too sure on it now. So we'll probably get 1 or 2 more trailers along the way, which will go and give away more, but until then, it's just... I don't know really too much what to think about this film. I'm just really, really hoping that it's going to be good, but if it isn't, I wonder what it's going to mean for the Toy Story franchise. That's all I really have to say about that.